What's up, YouTube? This is Marcus, the owner behind Visionary Presence, and today I want to get into my decision making behind joining the military after high school at 18. So, my decision making behind that was really, uh, at that point in time of my life, just really lost and really just trying to figure out a way to become successful and, really put myself on the right path. Um, I was playing high school basketball. But after that, just not knowing where to go from there, just looking for an opportunity. I really didn't have much options at that time, so I thought that during that phase that the military was the best option. I did have influence on going on one of my closest friends, Isaiah. He's still in, he's still doing his time, but he was a real motivational factor because he was just as down as going as I was during that time. Um, do I think it was a good decision for me during that time of my life? Yes, because it did set me up. It did provide that structure that that you don't think that you need during that time of your life, but you really do. It kind of acted as a sort of containment. While you're still trying to figure things out, keep you out the way, get you away from home. So that was kind of my decision making behind joining the military at 18 and being in for 4 years, and now just getting out at 22.
So what's your next plans with this? Like, what you got coming up next?
Yeah, so I just got out the military a couple days ago. I've been in Korea for a year. I was on assignment there for a year, away from my son, away from the rest of my family. Um, but I did have interest in real estate. I did utilize the VA home loan to buy a house at 19. So after that, my interest towards real estate kind of uprised. Um, so that is kind of what I want to do, get in real estate sales and just kind of see where that takes me from there. I didn't really have a clear plan on what I'm doing now. I'm just letting things fall in line for me.
Is there anything that like motivated like you want to do real estate? Like, what really motivated that?
Yes, I did have peers around me, my dad around me. He was in real estate, so when you kind of seeing that, I kind of seen the opportunity, and I just kind of just took it and ran with it. Just seeing somebody do it and just kind of running with that. Um, I do want to take it on another level by being able to make a business out of it, getting into business ownership, and showing people the steps that I'm taking to get into business ownership, documenting the process behind it. So yeah.
So what like was a clear decision of going to the military? Like,
Uh,
what were you in the military for?
Really just getting away from home. I feel like when you get away from home, you're really able to see things clearly that you can't see when you're at home because you're kind of stuck in the same environment. I feel like my environment was kind of weighing me down from the potential I knew that I could have. So being able to get away kind of opened up my eyes to a lot of things. But it wasn't easy. Most definitely, being away from home does come with its challenges. Most definitely, because you're not around the things that comfort you the most. So it was most definitely a challenge, and it will be a challenge for anybody else that's looking at this video and plans on joining the military and leaving home.
What type of trials and tribulations did you go through
I
being
went,
away from home and
man,
really seeing what else was going on and you know?
yeah, I went through a lot of trials and tribulations while in the military. The main thing was really the structure, not having that structure and then going into that structure. It was a big trial and tribulations because I didn't really have that discipline. I was just kind of just doing, you know, what I wanted to do during that time of my life. So when I faced that, I kind of faced a hard adversity of going in somebody's system and doing things their way. So that's most definitely a big challenge, and that could be a big challenge for anybody that plans on joining. From being a civilian to going into the military is that discipline. I don't think that that's something that a lot of people are willing to go through. To see the other side of what it could be. So most definitely, I face a lot of adversity, but not even just the discipline or the structure, the adversity of the people in the military. just how it can go down with leaders, toxic leaders, and stuff of that nature. That's most definitely adversity. But then also being away from family too. Not seeing them like how you usually may see them. That's a big challenge as well.
So what really influenced you to like start a YouTube channel and like for
The biggest thing was I felt like I needed an outlet. When you do go through that period of isolation, you just look for things to do to occupy your time and your mind. So to really document what I'm doing, to really have a voice, and to really get my thoughts out there into the world is a big thing for me. I feel like this is a form of expression, uh, just in a different way by me showing people what I'm doing and by me just having that voice.
so how would you really suggest the military route to anybody else? Like a
Um,
say, would you go through the same route that you like if you had to replay your life? Would you redo the military route again?
the military route doesn't have to be for everybody. There are multiple ways to being where you want to end up at in life to be successful. The military route is just one way. You know what I mean? So it just depends. I can't say, hey, you should take this route. It just depends on the person and what you're willing to go through and the challenges that you're willing to face. So yeah, that's really my answer. It's not really clear cut. Just depends on the person.
What would you tell like somebody that's going through the same thing that you're going through high school, really basketball didn't really work through, and and they're really just looking for another outlet in life? What
Yeah,
would you really tell them for?
it's a real solid question because a lot of sports a lot of sports don't work out for people that the way that they see planned. You know what I mean? So you do face that adversity. You face that mental challenge. You face that identity challenge, the identity crisis, because you're going from one thing and going to something else because you've been focused on this your whole life. And so I think the biggest thing is take time to really think about who you want to be, but also move with a sense of urgency as well. You know what I mean? It really just comes down to just trying things, experimenting, and just seeing what works for you. But also keep your head up and know that you're not the only one going through it. There's multiple people out here, such as myself, that went through that challenge. You know what I mean? And it's a hard thing, because you devoted your life to this. You know what I mean? So now you got to go out and find something else in life, that could give you the same drive and the same energy as you had on the football field or the court or even the track field. So that's my advice for sure.